Everyone, this is Tushar again with a new topic. Hope you all are doing fine. Today we will be discussing that how the energy is stored in our batteries for a solar system which we utilize at in later period. So how the electricity is saved in battery. So let us start. So the solar harvesting unit which we install at our home provides us DC output. That DC output we need to store in the battery and then convert it to AC to utilize this. So what is there in the inverter and what actually the inverter means? That it is inverting a supply or what? So let us see that inverter basically means that which is converting a DC supply into AC supply. So the inverter which we see at our home is basically a device which have an inverter and also a rectifier. So what does a rectifier do? Rectifier converts the AC supply to the DC supply. It is self-explanatory that we doesn't say that we have a rectifier at our home. We just simply command that we have a machine which is named as inverter, which provides us the conversion mechanism for our equipments which we have AC in it. So, but it also has a rectifier. So you might be thinking why we need to have a AC to DC converter if we are having a solar harvesting unit which is giving us DC and we want to store we want DC to store in the battery. So most of the time you have seen that people think that if we have an inverter we can attach it to use as a backup if there is no unit is providing a power to it to store in the battery. So we connect the battery to the inverter such that it also charges from the supply which we get from the power grid and all that. Most of the time, like if we install a totally isolated solar harvesting unit from the grid, it only delivers power to the battery and that we install. And if we install an on-grid solar harvesting unit, that on-grid solar harvesting unit is not providing us the battery, us the power. It is delivering the power to the grid itself, and the amount of the supply power we are delivering to the grid, that amount is reduced from our electricity bill, and we get a subscription in our electricity bill as well. So let us come back to the topic. So what does an inverter? So in here we will be only discussing about the inverter. We are not talking about the rectifier as we are concerned about AC to DC. We all know that, we are concerned about DC to AC. That here is a solar harvesting unit. It is installed. It will give output to the inverter, which will connect it to the battery. Inverter. You might have remembered that one of my starting video I have demonstrated the single line diagram for a solar harvesting unit which we can use at our home. It has shown that the power which is coming from the solar unit is directly delivered to the DCDB, then to the inverter. That inverter has charge controller and the battery charging points, and the inverters and rectifier in itself, and also the monitoring circuits in it. So all the circuitry is provided in this inverter box. So you can say that this is like a brain to the our circuit, and this here it has inverter plus rectifier, but we are not considering to study rectifier here, so I am just removing it. So we all know that our battery can store DC, which has no frequency. Okay, solar harvesting unit can provide DC. It does not have a frequency. So we have to construct a circuit which can provide us AC from DC, and you all know that AC is a sinusoidal wave, has a sinusoidal waveform of 50 hertz. This 50 hertz means that the sine wave is completing 50 cycles in 1 second. That is the meaning of 50 hertz. In some of the countries you might have seen that they have 60 hertz also. That means that the sine wave is completing 60 repetitions in 1 second. Sine wave means this part is considered as, like, this sine wave is considered as one cycle, which has a positive one and a negative one. So here we have a positive cycle, here we have a negative cycle. So now we will come to the circuitry for the inverter. So here is a battery. It has a positive sign and a negative sign. So this is providing us two terminals here. Okay, so we just want that our DC supply, which is a state which doesn't have any frequency, we want it to be in a form of that in some places it is on and some places it is off. So if we make this type of circuit, so I think this will be positive, minus, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay, so we have to construct a circuit in such a way that it is a self-automatic mechanism which switch on the circuit and switch off the circuit as we instruct it for how many time, for how much duration it has to keep the circuit on and how much duration it has to keep the circuit off, which is also known as duty cycle. So if I say that if it keeps on, it is 0 time period origin. So if I say that it has to maintain positive, like switch on the supply for 5 seconds, I can say, and then I say to switch off the power for 2 seconds, and then again switch off, switch on. So you can see that here you have seen a frequency in the waveform. So we have to construct such a system which can switch on and switch off the supply accordingly. So here we install a circuit like this, so that and take the output from here. Okay, so these are basically the switches, the basic point, basic switch. These are not like the simple switches which you see at your home. which you can manually turn it off or turn it on. These are pre-designed circuits which have a high rate of changing to their positions. The basic points in the electronic device which we use here is a diode, but a diode doesn't have that much amount of speed and accuracy to shift the power to the positive and negative supply. So here we use IGBT to give output. Okay. So here now you can see that if I am giving positive signal to this, so here for explanation I am showing you for a diode, or you can say that because diode is simplest way to understand. This is a diode, simple. This is the negative side, this is the positive side. Diode has a property that if the supply is reversed, like if I connect negative polarity to the positive side and positive polarity to the negative side, it does not allow the current to pass through it. Okay. So I am connecting here positive. So I am giving supply positive. Here I have connected this kind of polarity of the diode here. Okay. After that, the supply will come to this position, and here I am installing the negative polarity is opposite. As you can see that here the positive sign is upward and negative sign is downward, but here the negative sign is upward and positive sign is downward. So this diode will allow the supply to come in, but this diode will not allow to pass the circuit from supply from this side. So this power will go in this direction. Okay, so now same here again. Here the supply of the diode polarity is like this, and this diode will again this diode will not allow the current to enter towards this direction, so this will go towards this direction, as this has positive, negative. This one was having negative, positive. This one was having positive, negative, and this one was having, I'm not considering here, just forget about these one. It will make you confused. Okay, so current will pass in this direction and it will go to the battery again. So our circuit will be completed in this direction. Okay, so when so you might have understood that how the diode is working and performing here. So basically we are not using the diodes, we are using the IGBTs, which have high frequency of changing the circuit and they have high speed. So we have adjusted such a polarity that it does not allow the negative flow. Okay, so in this manner we can adjust that in the negative polarity the current will go from opposite direction. So in the for positive polarity you have seen that this diode and this diode, or I can say the switch, was working, but in the negative polarity the circuit will pass from opposite direction, from this one and this one. Okay, so for easy demonstration you can see that in positive cycle the circuit is in this form, the current will come in this direction, and after in a negative position this will change and this will change the direction in this manner. So just we have to consider that after how much duration we have to switch on the circuit and switch off the circuit. In this manner we will get, when the positive will when we will get the positive output, it will be like this, and when the negative supply is we are receiving the negative supply, it will give this response, then again this, then again this. So you can see that we are getting the on and off circuit waveform here. We just have to control how much duration of the time cycle we have to switch on the circuit and switch off the circuit. So we cannot control the diode to come like when we want to turn it on or when we want to turn it off, but we can hold the IGBT to reverse the polarity so that we can get this kind of waveform, which after connecting charge controller and the inverter, which can and with a capacitor, we can get complete sinusoidal waveform in this manner. This peakiness will be covered in a smooth way with the help of a capacitance circuit. So I think I have made you clear that how a basic structure of an inverter works. Basically, inverter is a very big theory in itself, but I have to just make it concise so that you can understand it with respect to the solar harvesting unit which we are installing at our home. So thanks for being so patient, listener, and please hit the like button if you understood the topic. Thank you.